asylum seeker. We have been living on the street for the last 45 days. You can see the situation is terrible and it's freezing. When it's raining or it's bucketing down, the tents get leaks and the water is coming inside to our tents, which make our situation more worse. This is our humble request to the government of Irish that please give us accommodation as soon as possible. We would really appreciate it.
Now, this is my first time over to see this firsthand, and I am simply... Well, I shouldn't be talking to a camera because I'm simply speechless. I don't know where to start with this. This is an absolute disaster. It's a public disaster, made to be so. Yeah. I wonder if anybody here knows one of our national mottos is Céad Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes. Yeah. And why ethnic origin or gender or age or anything else is a factor here is beyond me. This is inhumane. And we know that there's access to accommodation. We know that there's access, to empty buildings. We know that this lacks will, or it's because of somebody's ill will. I really don't know. I wish these people all the best. I'm absolutely astonished. There's nothing here.
I'm here outside the IPO on a rainy night to bring some food, something to drink to a group of refugees that currently have absolutely nowhere to go in this horrible weather. They're out in tents. They have no protection. They have no access to bathrooms, toilet, or anything like that, or water. And it's absolutely crazy to me to see that they're being left on their own like that with no support whatsoever. I'm not part of a charity or a particular group. I'm just showing up tonight for the first time in my life. I just spent 3 hours with my mom cooking in the kitchen for 40 people. That's just a very spontaneous thing, and I'm actually shocked to see the state in which we leave those people. This is really, really crazy. Hopefully things can change. We can put a bit of a spotlight on this situation and perhaps get some help, because this is not the third world. We are like in a, developed country, a rich country that's doing really well, a democracy, and to see the way these people are being treated. And we're not talking hundreds of people. There might be 40 people tops here, which I believe would be manageable, especially if you consider the amount of empty housing that we have in Ireland at the moment. Why are these people staying out in tents, in the cold, in the rain, vulnerable to attacks from the extreme right parties or these kind of darker groups out there?
So myself and some other members from People Before Profit South Inner City branch are here at the International Protections Office. We're here to show solidarity and support and give anything that we have. The government created a 2-tier system for refugees and effectively have thrown people onto the street, having them fend for themselves. Like, people are coming from desperate situations. I mean, there's 160,000 empty homes in this country and people are having to sleep on the streets. The government has an ability to end homelessness once and for all for everyone in this country. Irish, asylum seeker. We could end homelessness for everyone in this country very easily. We just don't have the political will from the government to do that, because people are making a lot of money from having people sleep on the streets.
Today, Garda and the worker of APO came here and they attack on the tents and without any permission. All the tents, they get it all the tents and they carry the tents on the road. Yeah, all of our things, our clothes, mobiles, and another thing was on the road. Yeah, all of the carried on the road without any permission. We want just security. Yeah, we escaped from the hell. We escaped from the death, from the Taliban. Yeah, Taliban also killing us, killing people. But here, cold weather can't kill us. Yeah, we want security. I told for the police that here is camera. Look, here is camera. We feel here scare ourselves in here. Show me a safe area. I will carry my tent on that area. But they just telling, move from here, move. We feel it so bad. You can't do anything with this police. You are police. You have everything. Yeah, you can do everything with us. We reported to police some things that people attacked on the tent a few days ago. Some people attacked on the tent. We reported that, but nobody cared about us.
Yeah, I've just come because I've heard that there are people sleeping rough here, and it's just unfortunate. The weather is really, really, really cold, and I think more should be done to support them and, you know, provide for them. I brought some fruits, a tent, and some warm clothes, and a pair of shoes. But I think seeing, you know, the amount of people in need, really, I would encourage more people to come out and support them.
Racist asylum policy operated in Ireland. This situation is intentional. People here suffering, but it is not necessary.
Roisin is Social Rights Ireland Mayor. Thank you all for coming out today, especially thank you to people who have come from the International Protection Office. I am very sorry that you have to do this. Minister Roderick O'Gorman, the greenwasher of racism, won't even come out onto the street to talk to us. People like asylum seekers, like homeless people, the wrong type of people, are regarded as subhuman. We don't want tents. Irish people and non-Irish people living on the streets are sick of crumbs. The housing crisis is a manufactured crisis. There are hundreds of thousands of homes and buildings and places that are empty in the city and around this island, while people waste away, languishing, sick, hungry, shivering on the streets. Open up the buildings, for God's sake. We can't keep delivering water and sandwiches and tents and sleeping bags to people. That's not justice. It is the government that is telling us that Ireland is full because they will not give you accommodation.
The experiences that you are informing us of indicate more clearly every day, I think, that the state is failing in its obligations internationally and in terms of domestic law. We're making efforts to have that situation addressed, but unfortunately it increasingly feels as though we are failing, and I very much understand your frustrations. It's increasingly difficult for people to access their rights. It feels as though it's playing out in a way that is jeopardising the rights of refugees. All I have to say is that we're available to meet with you, to offer you assistance in any way we can. We do stand in solidarity with you. We appreciate the time you give us. Okay?
As we know, the weather is so cold and we live in a tent. They should act like we are human. We don't demand for money or etc. We just demand for basic human rights.
I was going to the merchant queue at 1 p.m. and there were 3 people. I think he went there, but it was closed. Like the merchant queue was closed, and there were 3 people. He came to me and asked for 10 euro. I told him that I don't have money, I'm broke. And then he gave me like a punch on my cheeks, and he checked my pockets and everything, and he got like 400 euro, and he left me like that. So he's an asylum seeker, and he come to Ireland like 1 week ago, and now he don't have money. He got robbed there. These people have failed to provide accommodation to asylum seeker. Like it has been more than 2 months since people living on the street in front of the IPO, but we got no response. We got nothing from the IPOs.
This part of the city is rife with derelict and vacant buildings, and these buildings need to be taken over through a compulsory purchase order in order to house people, because this is absolutely atrocious that it's raining now. We're in the middle of February, it's freezing, and we're having people who are escaping from desperate situations to end up on the streets here in terrible conditions. So much of our taxes go to paying for hotels rather than the government having a proper system to deal with housing people who are in housing need. That includes Irish homeless, that includes asylum seekers who are homeless, that includes everybody who is in housing need. We easily could fix this problem. We just don't have the political will from our government.
We have been to all places, but everybody and from everywhere we got the same response that accommodation is the liability of IPAS. And you can see the situation, it's running. In the meantime, we don't have like nothing. The water is coming inside to our tents. It's terrible and not appropriate.